Browns fans are done with Kevin Stefanski and demanding Shedeur Sanders gets the start before the Packers roll into town. One more loss could mean the end for the Browns head coach.
I tell you, man, Kevin Stefanski's job look like it might be on the line very, very soon, bro. Because it's looking spooky for the 2025 NFL season, man. It don't look like the Browns is finna win a game, dog. And for some eerie reason, he's refusing to address this whole quarterback situation publicly. He's refusing to even say Shedeur's name. Let it don't say anything with the S in it, bro. I mean, Kevin Stefanski's looking real spooky. I just got to keep it real. Now, he gave another absurd press conference today speaking about this matchup, and at this point, he's just wasting his breath because we already know y'all finna lose. But with all that being said, man, let's check out what he had to say. Roll the footage.
Comparison. We got to be better on defense. We got to be better as a team. They slowly chipped away. We did a solid job, holding it to 3 when we could, and then eventually, the dam broke, and then they just did whatever they wanted, and we have to continue to play a 60-minute game.
Kevin Stefanski's coaching career may be in jeopardy, and Brown supporters are going crazy, asking that Shedeur Sanders take over before Green Bay ruins them this Sunday. According to insiders close to the organization, Stefanski's job security is deteriorating more quickly than the Browns' offensive line, despite his refusal to even bring up the sword during press conferences. The most startling aspect is that he is utterly ignoring the quarterback dispute that has Cleveland on edge. Furthermore, his remarks at the press conference today may have permanently sealed his doom.
Guys, so strength at all 3 levels. Offensively, quarterback's really good player. Can make all the throws, pushes the ball down the field, makes great decisions. I have a ton of respect for their running back. He plays hard. He's quick, but he's powerful. He's always fighting for extra yardage. We played him before. He's a terrific running back. And then they have really good skill players, good tight ends, good offensive line. Special teams, big challenge, good specialists, good teamers. They play physical. It's a big group. So it's a great challenge for our football team. And it's one of those that we understand what we need to do. But it's
Look, I'll be honest with you see. That news conference wasn't just another dull coach talk session as we just saw. As his entire franchise burns around him, this man is fighting furiously to keep his job. The most absurd aspect is that everyone in Cleveland is aware of what must occur. However, Stefanski is either too fearful or too obstinate to fire.
You can fight those, and a lot of our players are excellent athletes, but that heat can certainly cause those type of things.
Added 2 veteran offensive tackles to the practice squad. Conklin's ability to stay up. Are you losing? Are you concerned about it? Is that the reason? Sure, if you have somebody else.
I think you'll always see with our roster, Tony, you're constantly adding guys, some young, some older, to your point, to the roster. You're constantly looking at ways to improve it, but we're confident that.
You're curious as to why Browns supporters are currently going berserk on social media. It's because the ideal solution is right in front of them, and they're watching their season pass them by. Not every college quarterback is Shedeur Sanders. This young person is authentic. Every scout, analyst, and former player who has observed him is aware of this. Kevin Stefanski, however, is feigning ignorance of the term. Listen to Stefanski skirt the issue when he is questioned about this week's game versus Green Bay. He is applauding every aspect of Green Bay's offense while discussing the Packers' outstanding running back and quarterback. However, radio silence and absolute avoidance apply to his own quarterback dilemma. This is what's actually going on in Cleveland's backstage operations. The front desk is aware of their predicament. The coaching staff is aware of their predicament. Even the water boys are aware of their predicament. However, they are doubling down on mediocrity rather than taking the simple action that may rescue their entire season. You see, this goes beyond a single encounter with the Packers. This concerns the franchise's overall future. Brown supporters are watching highlight tapes of Shedeur Sanders and wondering why their team is unwilling to embrace greatness, while Stefanski is sitting there discussing free football and solid defense. The young player possesses every quality you look for in a franchise quarterback. The leadership traits that make grown men want to run through walls for him, the arm power to make every throw, and the pocket presence of a seasoned veteran. Furthermore, Shedeur possesses a unique trait known as the clutch gene that cannot be taught, coached, or faked. This is where things start to become pretty interesting. Several NFL scouts have reportedly been observing Shedeur's every move and noting his decision-making, pre-snap reads, and capacity for high-pressure play. These aren't only arbitrary remarks. The league's front offices are receiving these comprehensive reports directly. However, what is Stefanski up to as other teams get ready to move? As if it was 2019, he is discussing injury reports and depth charts. Rome is burning while the man is literally tinkering. Additionally, Brown supporters are growing increasingly irritated every day. This is the point at which a reporter's attempt to raise potential future developments really reveals everything. Stefanski cuts it off right away, saying, "Yeah, that's not our emphasis, Tony. We're concentrating on creating a strategy to try to defeat a formidable Packers squad." Have you noticed that? He instantly returns to the same talking points rather than answering inquiries about the future, potential solutions, or anything else that might genuinely help this team succeed. This coach is either utterly disconnected from reality or is frantically attempting to protect himself. Let's talk about what is actually at stake here. Since then, the Browns have lacked a reliable franchise quarterback. Let's be honest, perhaps ever. More quarterbacks have passed through them than some franchises have in decades, and now they're hesitating when they have the opportunity to bring in someone who has the power to make all the difference. Another quarterback prospect is not Shedeur Sanders. From the beginning, this kid has been praying for greatness. Being raised in the Sanders home requires you to understand pressure, expectations, and what it takes to perform in front of an audience. Do you think that Cleveland's media is harsh? Consider having Deion Sanders as your coach and father. Shedeur's skill set is equally amazing in terms of technique as his background. His completion rate, touchdown to interception ratio, defensive reading skills, and decision-making speed. We're talking about more than just college statistics here. These are NFL caliber abilities being shown off against elite opponents. And here's something that is crucial to the NFL but doesn't appear in the stat sheets. Shedeur had unique talent for elevating the players in his vicinity. You will witness receivers making receptions they have never made before if you watch his tape. More aggressive linemen are playing, and entire teams are outperforming their individual potential. That is leadership, not coaching. In the meantime, Stefanski's is still discussing bringing players along and getting guys up to speed back in Cleveland. Bro, you're already making excuses about players' lack of preparation 2 games into the season? You know what quickly resolves the issue? Having a quarterback who, simply by playing, improves everyone else. The Ball's defensive team is performing as expected. They're exerting pressure, making stops when necessary, and providing the offense with every chance to win. However, what is going on offensively? They're having trouble scoring, losing drives, and appearing totally out of sync when it counts most. I'm not claiming that Shedeur Sanders will arrive in Cleveland and solve every issue right now. There's always an adjustment time because the NFL is a different animal. However, this young player has displayed more poise, accuracy, and leadership potential than the majority of quarterbacks have in their whole careers. What sets him apart than other prospects is the mental aspect of his game. Shedeur appears to flourish in tight situations, but other quarterbacks falter under duress or make bad decisions. He performs better when the situation is larger. I don't know what else sounds like exactly what Cleveland needs at this moment, if that doesn't. This is what Brown supporters are most irritated about right now. The writing on the wall is visible to them. They are aware that if nothing changes, this season will be yet another letdown. They're aware that the defense can only support the team for so long. They also understand that Cleveland is playing it safe and hoping for the best, while other organizations are taking risks to ensure their future. This weekend's Packers game will serve as the ideal illustration of what occurs when you don't adjust. The quarterback for Green Bay is capable of making all the throws and pushing the ball down the field. They have a coaching staff that understands how to use them, and their offensive scheme is designed for success with a variety of weapons, according to Stefanski himself. What's in Cleveland? A coach who prioritizes controlling expectations over optimizing potential. Nobody wants to talk about the quarterback dilemma in public. And additionally, a fan base that is fed up with the same old justifications and results. But this is the twist that adds even more intrigue to the whole issue. Shedeur Sanders still conducts himself with dignity and professionalism despite all the criticism, controversy, and demands for change. He isn't making demands, stirring up drama, or running a campaign for any one side. He is simply playing football at the greatest level and allowing his performance to do the talking. And that's precisely the kind of personality you're looking for in a franchise quarterback. Someone who prioritizes their work over noise. A person who under pressure steps up his game. Someone who simply by being there improves everyone else. Whether Shedeur Sanders can play in the NFL is not the question. The question is whether organizations like Cleveland are astute enough to identify generational talent when it is right in front of them. And furthermore, it's becoming more clear that the Browns may let this opportunity pass them by based on Stefanski's press conference. So keep in mind what you're viewing as we prepare for this weekend's game versus Green Bay. This isn't just another game from the regular season. The outcome of this game could decide Kevin Stefanski's future in Cleveland. The Browns may finally have to face their quarterback reality in this game. And before major adjustments are required, this may be the last instance of this degree of dysfunction. Except for the person calling the plays, everyone in Cleveland knows that time is running out. But what do you think? Should Brown supporters continue with the current strategy, or are they justified in demanding change? Is this just another outburst from a disgruntled fan base, or is Stefanski's career really at stake? Above all, is Shedeur Sanders the solution Cleveland has been looking for so long? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. This story is far from over, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we will be discussing every detail as it develops. Even though the NFL season has just begun, Cleveland's drama has already reached playoff proportion.